Alright, so the next thing we're gonna do is to find some free marketplace assets that we can use to populate our level. So for the first step, we want to open up the Unreal Engine Marketplace. So just right click your Epic Games Launcher, or you can type in Epic Games Launcher here. So we're just gonna open that and click Unreal Engine. We'll let it load. Okay, so now we want to head into the Marketplace tab. And here we're just going to search for a bunch of free assets that we can use as art that we can include in our level. So the Marketplace is really extensive. There's so many categories on here. What's really great is that there's always a bunch of free content. So there's like your free for the month, permanently free, Marketplace collection. Yeah, so you can see here, I've actually owned a majority of the free for the month that like refreshes a lot, so I recommend checking that. But let's look for other free stuff that we can find here. So let's go to the permanently free collection. So you can click any of these like categories and you can just see like a bunch of free assets. Marketplace collection. Okay, let's see. All right, let's find some assets that we want to use. Okay, for example, we want to add this City of Brass environments and City of Brass props. So we add both of those to cart, and then we click the cart icon here. And then we're just going to check out these assets. It's going to load your order and you just click place order, double check if it says $0, don't want to accidentally pay $1,000, you know? Great, so it should send us a confirmation within our email, but we don't need to check it. What we can do is head into our Unreal Engine and go back to your library. And then you should be able to find your entire list of assets you got from the marketplace here. So that'll be in what's it's called like your vault. So let's search for that in our vault, something about brass. Okay, now we want to add this to our project. So we just click add to project. And yeah, we were working on that tutorial series, which is 5.0, Unreal Engine 5.0. So this is how you can double check the engine version. You can also double check the path that this project is located in. And this is the correct one, so I'll click add to project. And for the City of Brass props, I'm going to add that to project as well. And what's going to do is it's going to download all of these files and it's going to add it inside the content browser of your project. If we click downloads here at the bottom left, you should be able to see the status of the downloads, the download, read, write operations, and what's in the queue. So I'll see you in the future once this is finished downloading and installing. Alright, so now it's finished downloading. And the next step we want to do is to click add to project here, and we make sure that we're clicking the correct one. Double check the path, add to project. Oh, cool. Alright, so now we're back. It seems like download is complete, and since we've already added this to project, it should appear in our content browser within the editor. Alright, so let's hop into content browser here, and let's go back to the main directory, the content. And if you see here, it will actually have the City of Brass environment and props, which we just implemented. And what we can do is open this up. It will have a bunch of files, so some will be like a map showing like the demo of the place. So let's open up demo gardens. Let's double click that, open it. It will probably try to compile some shaders as it usually does. So let's just wait here. Alright, so the demo garden should now be open. Let's preview this here. It's looking very nice. And you can click on any object here to see what the object's name is on the outliner. And yeah, so you pretty much have all of these assets in this world that you can use inside your own map. I really like this city star. What are these ones called? This one's are called corridors. floor, corridor floor, floor stones, C78, C68. Great. All right, let's go back into the content browser and let's actually add another content browser here to make things easier. Content browser 2, just left click, drag that. Let's open up our main map. So third person example map, that should be here. And to content browser 1, so this is City of Brass environment. Let's go into meshes. Here you can find a variety of folders and you can just drag any of these inside your map. So let's actually open the content browser here. So Control plus space to bring up the content drawer. Meshes, and maybe I want a wall. So let's add a wall. So you can just left click, drag, city wall. There we go, we got a city wall. That's a very big city wall. We could even scale this down. That's too big. The changes are too big. You can change the snap sizes here. And that should, nope, it didn't snap. Sorry, it should be this one, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's sizing a lot nicer now. But let's not do city walls, let's do something else. So we'll delete that by pressing backspace or delete. And let's grab a corridor instead. I want to try out the... Yeah, let's just grab some random stuff that catches our eye. So you just left click and drag onto your map. Sometimes it will load like this. You just gotta give it some time to compile its shaders. Great. Let's move out of the map for now, so we can just click W, drag that out. And let's select some cool stuff here. Maybe this one, I kind of like that. Control space. Yeah, so we're just finding stuff that we want to place inside our level. I want stone floors. So with the free assets in marketplace, you can really, your creativity is the sky. The sky is your creativity limit. You have so many assets and you can mix and match and combine these to create exactly what you want. So for example, I just want kind of this as the wall. I can definitely have that. So let's just do a quick mock-up of a level actually. One thing you can do is to search the environment and type in a keyword. Just drag that in there. Sometimes it will prep shaders, you just gotta let it do that. So we're just adding a bunch of random stuff to populate our level. Like doing this reminds me of playing The Sims. You're just building your house or your map in this case. Okay, so what we did was we actually just deleted all of that and just made it 3x4 really large. And we can just bring this down. And there you go, you have a unique floor now to your level. That could be raised down. And then we're just gonna populate our level and make it look really nice with whatever we can find. One thing we're going to do is we're going to open up the spikes, click the spike here, and we're just going to zoom into this, drag it to our viewport. We're going to make this color black, or we'll try to find just a material here that's kind of dark. can't really find anything that I like, so we'll try to make a custom one. I typed in black, but nothing is popping up for black. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna click the browse here to open it up, and then we're going to duplicate this, and we're gonna rename this to say black at the end. We're then gonna double click that to open it up. So we want to create a black material instead of a white material. Okay, so go into color here, default value, we'll scroll all the way down. No, let's make it red actually. A bright red trap. We're just gonna click save. It's applying his changes. It might take a while. Materials usually take a long time. Great, now it's red. We want to close that. And let's go back to that spike, browse it again, and we're instead gonna name this red. Great, so now it's red. It should appear here as basic material red. I mean, we already have red here, but for demonstration purposes. Okay, so if we go here, all of that should be red. Red for red dangerous spikes. Press F to zoom in. I want more walls actually. So let's try and find a unique wall. Content, CD for brass. Let's type in wall. I like this type of wall. But I want a bigger one. What's this called? We want a large big wall. Okay, that's a big enough wall. I like this. We're just gonna enclose this space. Who doesn't want to enclose the space? Then we're just gonna duplicate these walls. Control D, rotate them about 90. Oh, maybe not like that. Another 90 would be nice. And then plug in the other side. Make sure it goes to the end there. We're gonna grab these and then bring them up. I'm gonna delete this third person thing. Not very useful. This question mark as well. I want this to be moved actually, to be somewhat symmetrical. Then I want to get rid of maybe one of these, bring this over here instead. And then I want this one to be there instead. Maybe that'll work. I need to move my ninja guy first. Looks let's delete this. I'm not a fan of that. I then want to use this pillar to kind of decorate this space. Then what we're going to do is we're going to hop into the content drawer, content browser, get rid of wall. We're going to look at the props and we're going to see what kind of props we like. You can also increase the thumbnail size here. so you can better see what you are looking at. What can we put around this level? I like the barrel. Let's select brick pickup. It's a bunch of random stuff that we just want to place everywhere. Okay, so you can select multiple by holding Control and then left click, and we just drag that all into world. So it should give us a bunch of random things. Maybe it only gave us quite a few. Okay, let's work on separating it. Yeah, gave us a few things because we wanted to drag a few things, so we'll just make sure none of those overlap. I want to make this brick really large, like a stone. Do we want this? Maybe we want it. Oh, well, let's delete that. We don't want that anymore. I don't want this either. And we're just gonna make this the centerpiece where all the chests are. Let me just drag that here, place them down. I want to change where the light direction is at. What you can do is press Ctrl L, maybe hold Ctrl L. I want the sun side directly down. Maybe that's not entertaining. No, this is fine. Actually, let's make it point towards the left. No, it's too dark. Yeah, this is fine. So yeah, that was a Control L, hold it, and then you just move around your mouse. So with all of these props and all of these free assets, the sky is your limit with what you want your game to be. But this is just a quick taste of what you can do. So we've blocked out a level with custom meshes, and let's try and play it. Got your spikes working. The ninjas are a bit glitched out. Let's fix that. Should be in the behavior tree, I'm pretty sure. You should say target location. Let's bring down these spikes as well, actually. It's about there. One thing you can also do is you can replace meshes. So if you recall, let's go back into our My Assets, Enemies, Traps. So we created what's called like a blueprint class here. So that was pretty much just a right click, then click blueprint class, and we create an actor. So that's what we did for this trap. So let's just open up trap. And so inside the spikes, We just typed in cone here to get the actual cone shape, but another thing we can do is just type in static mesh. And let's just make sure the static mesh is not a parent of the cone. Not a parent, sorry. It's like on the same level. Oh, is that just the root? That's strange. Okay, let's delete cone. And for the static mesh, we'll pick something that looks intimidating. Something that is not fun to step on. Let's pretend they are candles, maybe? But let's see if there's something more intimidating here. Actually, let's go back to our content browser. My assets, props, meshes, and let's make this large. Is there anything sharp or dangerous looking here? Doesn't seem like it. Except for the candle. Let's go back to the City of Brass environment. One other thing you can do is to filter by type. So I can click this, it's like static mesh. It will show me all the static mesh objects. Something dangerous. We want to replace the spikes. Currently, I cannot find anything that might be damaging except for the candle. So let's just pick the candle instead. Let's go back to our spikes, static mesh, candle. And we'll pick candles 01. Cool. So the shaders will compile or its textures. So I should say preparing shaders here. We'll just wait for that. Great, so the shaders finished compiling. If we head into our spikes, candles should be there. But they are not lit, but we'll pretend they're lit. The point is you can replace what your actor is, like what its mesh is. Okay, so let's play that. It should give us damage, hopefully. Oh gosh, it's not giving us damage. One thing we can do to fix that is you click static mesh, you type in collision. What we're gonna do is collision preset, so we are gonna do overlap all dynamic. That way it's going to take into account overlaps. So I guess our problem is this candle doesn't have any collision data on it. Actually no, let's bring it up. It's about there. Let's see if that does something if we step on it. Nope. Yeah. So I guess the real problem with these candles is they have no collision data. So what we can do is to add the box collision to this. Let's make sure it covers the candle space. You can view it from different perspectives here if you'd like, to make sure it's just aligned. Top, bottom, left. Make sure it's as accurate as possible to the size of the candle. Front, maybe there. Let's see if it does something. Great. Oh, too much boxes. Candles hurt too much. Yeah, so we successfully replaced our spikes with candles instead. So if you step on a candle too much, you die. We'll pretend the candles are on fire. Let's move this actually into over here. There you go. There's your trap. Great. You got your ninjas working well. That ninja just died from the candle, and this one wants to kick me. I want to make him walk over the candle and die. Okay. Great. Candle was too hot for him. And that is how you get custom art assets in your game. Right now it's giving me a Prince of Persia vibe or a Tomb Raider vibe where you escape ninjas and you're gonna loot stuff. But yeah,